Good morning, everybody. That's my first cup of bulletproof coffee this morning. About a tablespoon of butter and probably a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. I love this stuff. I'm going to let you up on a little update. About 2 years ago, I started noticing my hands were shaking a little bit. And it would only do it when I was holding a spoon, and it'd just be like doing that, or an ink pen. It'd be just trembling, and it really started worrying me. My dad had Parkinson's first, and then started showing the signs of Alzheimer's as well, and the two together did him in pretty quick. And so that was really weighing on my mind. And but for some reason, I hadn't noticed until just recently. It's not happening anymore. And steady. Both of them are. I can hold them like this until my arms get tired and fall off. And they don't do this number anymore. So I'm attributing that to my continuing life in the carnivore diet. And just since I noticed this a few days ago, I've found several videos on YouTube where people had been having the same type symptoms, and they suddenly just realized they were gone. And I'm hoping this is a good sign, because I saw my dad go downhill with Parkinson's, and I've got a couple of friends of mine that I have coffee with almost every morning that are having a pretty bad time with Parkinson's, but they're never going to listen to me about carnivore. If I start talking about it, they just tune me out, or will even get up and leave. So I don't even bother anymore. I will say something like, well, I've noticed some improvements that shock me, or something like that. But just go on. If I figure if any of them really want to know any more, they'll ask me about it. But that just really caught me off guard, and it was probably a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, that I noticed that I wasn't doing that anymore. And I've been going to make a kind of little short video about it, and finally remembered it this morning. Well, I already drove to McDonald's and back. They're not opening until 7 o'clock, so I came back home and I thought, I'll make a video. And so here I am. And can't really think of anything else to tell you, but my hip surgery from early last year, I had it in February of last year, and the doctors then told me it'd take at least a year to get fully well. Well, it took about a year and 6 months. And I really think having to break down and get a mode of transportation I could afford for a while, which ended up making an e-bike, really helped speed up that, because my car died back, I think it was January, either late December or January this past year, or the end of the year before last. And so in February, I ordered an e-bike, and been riding it ever since. Well, this week I finally saved up enough money to buy another car. It's nothing new. It's an '04 Buick LeSabre. It's in pretty good shape for its age. The car itself is almost 200,000 miles old. And the engine is a new engine, or a newer engine. It's got a little over 120,000 miles on it. Runs good. It does have a check engine light on, and I'm gonna go to Stillwater. I can't get it tagged until Monday, or Saturday. The guy I bought it from works about 60 miles away, and he doesn't get home in the evenings until 5:30, 6 o'clock. Nowhere around here gets the title notarized. So Saturday, or Oklahoma does DMV and stuff a little different than most people. They have commercial operations that take care of selling you your tags and doing your registration work and things like that. So they're open on Saturday mornings till noon. They ought to open a little earlier, because they're only open like from 9 to noon. That's not very long. But anyway, so I get titled in, and I can be able to go for a ride. Well, I have kind of snuck out in the morning, drove to McDonald's this morning and back. But there's just no traffic. And the 3 police cars are usually out patrolling the area, or all parked at the police station, and no lights on inside. So apparently they've taken the morning off, or the night off. They were all out around midnight last night, trying to make sure the fireworks didn't get out of hand, and they didn't. They lasted about 15, 20 minutes, and they were silent again. Oh, this thing, yeah, I still got plenty of time. Let's see, what else was I going to say? So anyway, I snuck to McDonald's and back. I don't think the local policeman here would give me any problem, being they all know me. And all they have to do is tell them who I bought it from, and that I've got it insured, and I've got the paperwork to show that. And that Monday, bright and early, I'll be down at the tag agency and get it tagged. And I'm pretty sure that'd be fine. But we are at the crossroads of two major highways. And so the highway patrolman and the county and the Iowa tribe all crisscross this area all the time. So I just took the back streets to McDonald's to avoid the highways. But anyway, I probably won't drive it anymore until Saturday. Just don't want a chance of messing up a 10-year clean driving record. A couple of speed trap towns in Oklahoma I used to have to go through on a every other week basis, and a couple of times I forgot where I was at and didn't hit the brakes in time and crossed over the 35-mile-an-hour speed limit sign about the time I realized it, hit the brakes, and got a ticket anyway. They don't care. They're going to write you a ticket. These little towns, that's what they depend on for their revenue. They're going to write you a ticket. It don't matter who you are or what you are, unless you're the mayor's brother or sister or mother or girlfriend or something, in which case they'd probably let you off. Life is funny. Anyway, I love the carnivore diet. I've been, I started keto around 8 years ago at my doctor's recommendation. And I was desperate. I just knew I was going to die. I'd had a heart attack a couple of years earlier, and I've told all this many times. And I told my doctor that, look, Doc, I can't get up out of my living room chair and walk out to my car without sitting there for anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes before I could drive. I was just so weak and weighed 400 pounds. And my doctor, after checking me over and everything, and he went to the door and looked out, closed the door back, and he came back and he said in a very low voice, have you heard of keto? And I said, yeah, I've heard of it, don't know anything about it. And he said, if you want to live and get to feeling better, look it up and live it. And that was all he said. So that morning I stopped for breakfast after getting my blood work done and everything, and ate a really carb-heavy breakfast, and so they're drinking coffee, and I'd looked up on YouTube, and I found this Dr. Eric Westman and Dr. Ken Berry, and I started watching videos by both of them. And by the time I left that restaurant and had eaten this huge stack of pancakes, and with enough syrup, as my dad said, to float a battleship, I was decided I can do this, and I will start cold turkey in the morning, and that's what I did. I jumped in head first, cut out everything that, according to Dr. Westman, did not belong on your keto diet. And I did not use any keto treats, any keto prepackaged foods. I used meat and vegetation. And then as Dr. Ken Berry transferred to doing carnivore, I went right along with him as I learned more and more about how your body does not need any carbs. It can produce all the blood sugar that it needs through the process known as gluconeogenesis, if I'm remembering to pronounce the word right, where it can take either protein or fat and make the necessary blood sugar from it, because your brain does have to have some glucose, and not much, but it's got to have some. The rest of the body doesn't really need it, and if it does, the body can make it, so you can do without the vegetation. And if your diet is primarily beef and eggs, you're getting all the nutrients you need if you're eating enough. I eat some hot dogs that don't have sugar in them because they've got a lot of not muscle meats, but organ meats in them, and that gives you an extra dose of nutrients and stuff that come from cattle and chicken. Chicken's not the best source of protein, nor is pigs. That is not a real high-quality protein like beef. A person could survive eating nothing but beef and drinking water for their entire life and be healthy if they're eating enough, and plenty of it. All right, well, I'm going to shut up for now, and I will talk to you later. And you guys have a great day. Love you all, and bye-bye.